Hello! I actually just uploaded my very first YouTube video, which is kind of nerve-wracking to say because I've never put myself on the internet like that for anyone to see. So, I don't know if you're watching this one, you've either watched that one or maybe you will. It's only 3 minutes long and I just talk about nothing. But you know what we're making right now today is little wishbone keychains inspired by Conan Gray's Wishbone, because that is my favorite album right now since it came out, and my favorite album forever. I've never liked an album more. And I made these for my friends who also like Wishbone. And I'm going to make one more. Oh, and here's the one that I kept for myself, too. And give a little tutorial because I think that's silly and would be fun. I don't know. And what else am I doing? I'm just filming all of these on an iPhone, by the way. I don't have any nice camera. I have a little digital camera, and that's all. So, making our goofy goobers. You're gonna need, I don't know, little beads, and then more fun beads, and then like a keychain ring, or a keychain piece, and pliers. Pliers with rounded bits made for jewelry are great because then you can twist it into little loops. These guys are nice, and these guys are great too. So, let's make some wishbone keychains. Forgot, you also need your wire. First, what I've been doing is you just take your wire, I don't know, get like that much. You ain't supposed to cut it with scissors, but cut it with scissors anyways because I don't want to cut it with my wire cutters because they're dookie and they suck butthole. And then I straighten out the little creases. And then once you got this, just load it up with as many white beads for this part as you want. I used like 7 or 8 on each side. That was a horrible description. I put them on. I don't tie it or anything. I just kind of feed them all on to the guy, like 16-ish. I got it like this now. And then, I'm really bad at filming tutorials, but what I do is fold it like that, because what we have to do is push all of these, except for the last one, onto the bent in half wire, so it can like come up through the middle, and we can split the beads in half. Like that, you know? Oh, poop. Except I'm breaking it, and it's not working. You know, what I think about this whole thing is so funny is I don't really watch YouTube. Ever. I have recently started watching Conan Gray's videos because I started listening to him back in December. I'd always listened to him, there's somebody walking their dog, but not actively until December. And now I'm literally going to see him in concert for the Wishbone World Tour, and I'm super excited about that. I will make another video where I talk about things that I like, and also maybe just Conan Gray, because I really like Conan Gray. Okay, and so once you've done like half of your little wishbone, oh my god, I have the other half, and then you're gonna do the same thing where you like fold it and then put it back through all of them except for the last one, you know, like that, and then it'll come up right through with the other one and look kind of like that, and then you can take your handy dandy guys and it'll look like that, which is not what you want it to look like, but that's what it's gonna look like every single time because that's how it goes. And then when you have your silly like that, you're gonna have to, I'm taking the shorter end because you don't want it to look like that. These beads need to be like touching, and together. And so what you have to do is you have to pull more wire through that end bead and pull it so it can come out the other end. I don't know how to film tutorials or vlogs. So if you actually watched this and then you were like, wow, that's actually a cool keychain, but that tutorial sucked, just tell me and I'll film a better one, because I know that this is bum cheek. So it looks like that, and maybe we can save it. And then what you do after that is twist at the top so it tightens it, and then brings those closer. I think this one's a little bigger than I would have liked it to be. But I don't really feel like fixing it. And guess what? It's still cute. And then you put 2 more on the top. And then what I've been doing is just twisting the wire a bunch so you can, like, turn it into a little loopy at the top to put your keychain on. Okay. Oh, well, that's a different camera mode. Cinematic. But I guess we're filming in that now because I really don't care. Okay. So then, you got your thing. You can make your little cutie, loopy patootie like that. Oh. Then I've been grabbing it, and then you twist the excess pieces you got. Nope, stop focusing on my face. Focus on that. Around the base of your little loopy guy to do that, and then cut it off. So once you've got it all, yeah, like that, short, then you can cut it with either your stupid wire cutters. Mine don't really work. Or with scissors, which work. But it dulls the scissors, which is why you're not supposed to do that. All of my craft scissors are really garbage, though. And so I don't mind using them. But I wouldn't use, like, the nice kitchen scissors or anything. And then I just kind of take pliers and go around it and flatten it out so the sharp ends of the wires aren't poking out. And then you have your little wishbone charm guy. This is actually so painfully slow, and I'm wondering who in the bum crack is going to be watching this, because I'm not being very helpful. Like, let's be so for real. Okay, so in my other ones, I put like a little dangly star at the bottom. So I have these. And I hope I didn't use all the stars. Nope. I have a blue one. A blue star. And then a white bead below the blue star because the holes in the stars are too big and they'll fall off. And I had this guy. I really want to make little teapot earrings or something out of them. And then I've also been using big blue stars. This is a different one, but that's okay. And then like a medal. A medal? Okay. So then, what we get is these little guys. They're called head pins. They have a flat bum hole. And then you put your white one on. And then you put your blue one on. And then you do that. But you don't make it a full circle because we have to make the long metal piece for the rest of the keychain piece. And I just twist this. I don't have like an automatic looper because I'm not cool like the cool crafter girls who have an automatic. I don't know. I never know. No one ever knows. You don't have to know. But I really, trust me, I never know. I'm kind of bored. I made 4 of these last night, which in hindsight is not very many. At all. So now we have this guy, which is this guy. And so I was putting a white bead and then a metal one. And then another fun one. And since I'm putting a light blue bead, here's my bead soup. I'm going to put, and all of these beads I think I got at Michael's. So, you know, we've got this little diva so far. She's looking very nice, very cute. I quite like her. I have this fun pearl bead that we're going to throw on because why the fart not? Okay, no, I don't like that. Ta-da! And then we loop some more. Loop, 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 loop. Ta-da! It's kind of crazy to think, period. Because I'm just thinking, I'm like, wow, in so many years, this will be such a distant memory. And either it'll be nothing, like it'll be something to laugh about, like, haha, remember that time you tried to make a YouTube channel? I have lost the wishbone. I lost it. I'll come back when I found the wishbone. I found it. So far, I have this piece and this guy. And this guy, I like to put on the end of my keychain piece. If you don't have a keychain ring that has a chain on it, then you could use wire and make a chain, or you could not do that and do something else. Or maybe you're not even making a wishbone keychain and you're just watching this video for kicks. Because if you're not doing anything for kicks, then you've gotta, I don't know. I should rename this channel to the Yap Fest because that's what we're all here for. Let's be so for real. And then you gotta make sure it's closed so your little guy won't fall off. And then we are going to make the shorter guy. Just cause. Just for funsies, you know? For this smaller piece, I only used this wire, and I just cut off, like, I don't know, a couple inches. La la. You know, when I was first envisioning this, my idea for a channel, I was like, oh, it'll be silly, but, like, cute silly. This is not cute silly. I don't know if anything I do is cute silly. I think it's just cute crazy. Which is cute in its own way, I guess. And then I did that, where you, like, put a bead on and then wrap it around. It's like a DIY head pin because I don't want to have to buy more head pins because I don't like spending my money on boring jewelry and crafting supplies. I want to spend it on pretty beads. But you can't make anything with the pretty beads if you don't have the boring stuff to use as well. So that's where we are now. I guess. The thing with these star beads is the wire's not exactly straight. That it doesn't go on. Okay, ready? Like, this video is already a minute long. I need to stop talking so much about random stuff and just talk about maybe the video and it'll actually be less long. Okay, so that one's, here, I'll put one more. That one's cute. And then cut it a little shorter, but not too short because you still have to make some loops. loops. Loops it around, loop, loop. I'm very ill right now, and it's making my brain not really work. Ah! I made the loops really ugly. It'll still kind of work. It's just, well, I mean, it will still work. Okay. And then we have to attach. I lost the other piece. I found it. It was right in front of me. We have to attach these guys to this one. And I like to put them on this one at the top because then, I don't know, I just designed it so it would look nice by going at the top. And I like one on either side of the wishbone, which doesn't really matter because they can spin around. But I like to put one on one side and, oops, one on the other side. And then close that ring back up. Make sure there's no gap because the wire is very small, so it can fall off. And ta-da! You now have yourself a extremely silly wishbone-inspired Conan Gray keychain because I like wishbone and I can't afford any of the wishbone merch because I live in Canada and you can't ship to Canada from the US site, and shipping from the UK site is very expensive. So, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye!